को बोलना Good evening, student. Today we will discuss cognitive skill. The learning objective of our lecture, the student will be able to understand the cognitive skill. The student will be able to know the example of cognitive skills. The student will be able to identify the how to improve cognitive skills. Cognitive skills defined. Cognitive skills are defined as of related relating to being or involving consequous intellectual activity such as thinking, reasoning, or remembering. Basically, cognitive skills are how your brain understands and process new information and recalls past knowledge to help uh, you live your life. So, uh, what are the cognitive skills? Cognitive skills or cognitive ability are the way that our brain remembers regions, hold attention, and solve problem thinking readers and learners. Our cognitive ability help us process new information by taking that information and distributing it into the appropriate areas in our brain. When we need that information later, your brain also uses cognitive skills to retrieve and use the information. By developing cognitive skills, we help our brain complete this process more quickly and effectively. And we ensure that we understand and effectively process the that new information. In the workplace, cognitive skills help us to interpret data, remember terms, goals, pay attention during an important meeting, and more. These skills help us to recall previous information that may relate to our organization goals and help us to make uh, important connection between old and new information, so we work more effective. Some examples of cognitive skills. Cognitive skills are the skills and ability for thinking that we develop from early childhood through to old age. These skills, cognitive uh, ability that require using the brain to process information. Example of cognitive skills: using working memory. Working memory is the part of your brain that hosts all your cognitive skills. It's widely expected that your working memory can only hold a certain amount of information in any one of a period of time. Somewhere between 4 and 9 things at a once. Go ahead, try to hold uh, 10 random unrelated factor in your mind in one single period of time. It's be hard, I sure you. So it is very difficult to uh, uh, 10 things unrelated fact to hold in a single time. Ranking: when new information enters our working memory, we often have a ranking. Our mind may rank the information by importance, size, weight, danger, or any other of the hundreds of spectra you could think of. Sorting usually involves creating some sort of hierarchy in order to make your life easier. The most basic hierarchy is danger, something that is extremely dangerous is also extremely important for our mind to pay attention to. So, if something enters the mind that dangers, our mind may focus all its cognitive resources to that thing and deciding how to react it. Classifying: we many also need to classify new information that enter enters the mind by ranking involving placing thing upon a spectrum. Classifying may not We can classify thing into categories like colors, animals, uh, species, uh, plant species, type of clothing, or well just about anything. Recognition. Recognition is a skill that requires to recall memory from our mind. When new information enter the mind, the subconsciously scan for information, cognitive schemata that already exist within the brain. If the memory of the thing that has just entered our mind is already stored in the mind somewhere, our brain will try to recall that information. When we recognize something, we can use our memory as well as our current experience to better process uh, what we are seeing. For example, if we our only prior experience of a new cow was a bad one, uh, the cow bite you, our current experience of the cow will be impacted by the our past experience. When we may not give cow second chance. So these are the example of recognition. For example, if first time we are using a sharp blade and suddenly we cut our hand, then next time we will afraid from the uh, blade, because our past experience is to blade is harmful for us. Contextual recall. Contextual recall involve using peripheral or related pieces of information to make sense of new information in front of us. Have ever had the experience where someone asks us to remember a shared memory, but we just can't find it in our brain? Then they start giving us context such as something that happened during the some period of the time as the memory. Remember, we are over red dress that day. Remember that afternoon we went out for burgers. Remember it happened on the way to the fire. Suddenly the memory comes floating back. So this is the, we can say, uh, indication, और हम कह सकते हैं कि मेमोरी को याद करने का, कॉग्निटिव रिकॉल करने का एक तरीका हो सकता है. एसोसिएटिव रिकॉल्स. Contextual recall and associative recalls are related cognitive skills. Associative recalls involves remembering something by associating it with something else. It can be a great strategy to get your memory working. I use this thinking strategy all the time as a teacher. I will meet a new student whose name is Lily. To remember her name, I might say Lily. Lily, like a flower. Lily, like a flower. Next time I see her, I have two ways of remembering her name. Maybe her name will come straight to my head, or maybe the more general word flower comes to my mind, and then I can, aha, you are Lily like a flower. So these are the association. Recall your memory. आपने देखा होगा हम लोग हिस्ट्री में कुछ सन वगैरह को याद करने के लिए उसके साथ कुछ एसोसिएशन कर देते हैं, तो हमें वो जो मेमोरी है, जो कॉग्निटिव स्किल्स है, उसको रिकॉल करने में आसानी हो जाती है. लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोराइजेशन. Long-term memorization often require us to be exposed to something regularly. It seems that the more we are exposed to something, the more the brain realizes that this information is important. So the brain shift that thinks that we are coming across in our daily life from short term to long term memory. Once something in long term memory, it is harder to forget. Prescriptive thinking. When we are young, we are egocentric. This means that we can only really see things from our own perspectives. Cognitive psychologist uh, Jean Piaget called our inability to see other perspectives concentration. Somewhere between 7 and 11 years of age, we develop several cognitive skills, including the cognitive ability to start seeing things from perspectives other uh, than our own. In other words, we develop the skills of perspective thinking. Next example of cognitive skill is paying attention. At a very young age, babies have many cognitive skills. They certainly don't know how to pay attention. In, uh, in fact, they literally have to train their eyes to focus in the first few months of the life. Even by time a child reach school's age, their ability to direct their attention is significantly weaker than uh, we than when they are in adolescence age. That's why if uh, we walk into an early childhood classroom, the teacher is doing a lot of physical uh, uh, play-based learning. I mean, try asking a 5-year-old to maintain attention on something that's not fun, physical, and even funny. Focus is the next example of cognitive skills. Uh, Once a child has learned to direct their attention, the next skill they need to master in sustaining the that attention. The difference in focus between younger and older children is also very start. Ask any early childhood teacher how long a lesson will last, and they might say 10 to 20 minutes. After that, you will totally lose the children attention. They do not have the cognitive skills to go on. You will needed something new to get them back and focus again. Fast forward 10 years and walk into the classroom uh, full of the same children, except now they are adolescents. Their teacher might ask them to do mathematics worksheet for 45 minutes straight in preparation for an exam. These adolescents have clearly developed their cognitive skills, including the ability to focus over the past 10 years of their lives. Selective attention. Women also need to develop the skills of selective attention. Selective attention involves being able to selective uh, block out some stimuli while focusing on other new information. This is necessary skill when working in our stimulating environments. It is why you can listen to your friends talking to you in the middle of the time square rather than being uh, distracted by all the neon lights. I tend to be best at selective attention when watching sports. Good luck. Try to uh, call my name or ask me uh, to the something when I am engrossed in the final quarter of the football game. Divide attention. Divide attention uh, involves the cognitive ability to multitask or pay attention to things at once. Most of us would believe that women are better at cognitive skills like divide attention than men. Although science seems to disagree with this old uh, trope, when we divide our attention, we can absorb new information from two sources at once, like to feed our baby and talk on the phone, or sweep the floor and watch the football game. So, in divide attention, we are doing two work at a time. So we can divide our attention. Example of the feed our baby and talk with some other person, or swipe the floor and watch the football match and other serial. Inhibiting responses. Response inhibition is the cognitive ability to suppress reactions to stimuli in our environment. We have automatic response inhibitors that work at a high processing speed, such as not to finishing when someone clap in the front of their face. We also have consequence response inhibition, which involve the capacity to filter our reaction to stimuli through process of logic, reasoning, and contextual meditation. For example, it is inappropriate to yell in expectation at colleges despite our desire to do so. Emotional self regulation. Emotional self regulation involves the ability to employ our responses inhibition mechanism to manage our emotional lives. But it is not simply the ability to turn an emotion off. Rather, emotional self regulation requires a person a cognitive to use logic and long-term perspectives. Perspective when we analyzing a situation. In layman's terms, emotional self-regulation involves the ability to keep a cool head and react proportionately to a amount in which emotions are high. Metacognitions. Metacognitions is the ability to think about thinking. It involves being uh, able to reflect on your thought process and using strategies to improve those thought process. Humans are one of the only uh, species who have exhibited the capacity to use cognitions, reflection on one's own thought process involve strategies like using reflection after an event, using in time reflection to change practice in the moment, and thinking about which learning strategies you are using while learning. Spatial awareness. Spatial awareness involves the ability to identify distance, location, and proximity of objects to one another. We need to develop the cognitive capacity to recognize and negative three-dimensional spaces from childhood in order to move about our environment. In adult, spatial awareness is necessary for operating tools such as using a hammer and nail, as well as in everyday situation like driving cars, distance from the car in the front, distance to stopping, etc. Logical reasoning. Logical reasoning involves the ability come to conclusion based on the coherent set of truth principles. A person who uses logic does not rely on suppressions or unfounded assumptions to reach their conclusion. There are two primary types of logical reasoning, deductive and inductive reasoning. Next, cognitive example is visual processing. Visual processing is a cognitive skill involved being able to receive, interpret, and understand message that enter the brain through our eyes. Some people consider themselves to be more adept in visual processing than other former like audio or language process. For example, people may be drawn more to the meaning in art or cartoon than through musical meaning making. If you can, you are visually learn, you uh, might need a visual aid to get your memory working in the morning. Audio. Next example of cognitive skills is audio processing. Audio processing is another one of the cognitive skills we use to interrupt our surround. It involves the ability to receive, interrupt, and understand message that enter the brain through the ears. Through the ears, people who excel at audio processing not only understand noises well but also have the capacity to describe suitable differences in tone, uh, tendency, and pitch. Uh, the processing speed of our brain to interrupt audio signal is very high. Language processing. Language processing is a cognitive skill that involves the ability to hear and interpret man-made communication code such as spoken, written, and sign language. Children tend to develop most of the fundamental spoken language and cognitive skills required to communicate by the age of fifth through Caligula absorption. Neurologist Paul Thompson argues that up until age 11, children's brain are designed to reply, absorb language. Beyond this age, language processing speed, show and learning a language become more difficulty. Ethical thinking. Ethical thinking is a cognitive skill that involves applying a values, a belief, and moral framework when forming idea, uh, action, and developing conceptual relationship between concepts. A person who apply ethical thinking must use cognitive ability like empathy, spiritual, and morality to filter good idea from bad idea. The uses of ethics as a cognitive framework help people to come to a conclusion about how to act in a complex ways and interrupt moral gray area around topics such as a abortion and how to solve QG precisely. Estimation. Estimation require the capacity to model and predict future events based upon incomplete information in the present. Estimation does not require someone to be able to predict the future perfectly, but rather make guess based on the best current information. Abstract thinking. Abstract thinking is a cognitive skill that involves thinking about concepts that are uh, beyond the obvious surface feature of an idea. To thinking abstractly uh, is to thinking logically about concepts that are not immediately or clear. An abstract thinker need to use their working memory to hypothesize about possibility of relationship between and consequence of idea and actions that are theoretical rather than simply practical. So these are the some example of cognitive skills uh, we discussed in our class. Now we will discuss uh, mental exercise to improve our cognitive skills. Uh, Throughout almost all of human history, it has been thought that our intelligence level was set for the life and could not be changed. But just about 10 years ago, a study showed that intelligence is fluid and that anyone can increase their cognitive ability with the right stimulus, especially mental activities that are novel uh, and complex. Uh, this study also provides that enhancement of one cognitive skills could improve totally unrelated skills. For example, Albert Einstein believed that his patience for the violin made him a better scientist. Here are some of the most significant way to optimize uh, uh, your cognitive potential. Learning a new language. Brains of all age can benefit from learning or speaking second language. Some of the proven cognitive benefits of being multilingual include uh, better listening skills, enhance creativity, enhance problem solving, planning, and decision making, great cognitive flexibility, great general intelligence, sharp memory, superior overall cognitive abilities. Enjoy music. Whether we listen to music, play an instrument, or dance, surrounding yourself with music is a surefire way to enhance mental performance. Musician brain are measurably different different than those non-musician. The brain are bigger, better connected, and more symmetrically. Research has found a correlation between musical training and improved executive functions. Executive function are high-level cognitive process that let you process and retain information, make decision, solve problem, block out distraction, exhibit uh, self-control, and make plans. Stay open to new experiences. Stay curious and try new things. Seek the company of people who have different interests and careers or are from different social or cultural environment. Get outside your comfort zone. It's guaranteed to stimulate your brain. Try off the GPS and learn to read a map. Develop your innate sense of direction to find your way around. Try a hobby that is unlike the things you normally like to do. Engineers should learn to dance while artists should learn to do the math. A hobby with ultimate potential for mastery, uh, such as arts, music, gardening, or learning uh, cheese stores, that there is always more to learn. So always stay upon your mind to and learn new things, new always gain new experience. Engage all your senses. Most activities consider brain exercise, such as online brain training, doing mental puzzles, and even most of the activities. Mentional above, use one or two senses. Is that sight and sound. To get the most mental stimulation, seek out activities that uses as many senses are possible. Spending time in nature, gardening, and baking are activities that are utilize all your senses, uh, sign, sight, sound, touch, taste, smell in novel way. Whenever we all know, whenever you uses our maximum senses, the things are more retained in our mind longer time. These are the references for further more study. You should go through for more detailed knowledge of cognitive uh, scale. In this video, we learn what is cognitive scale, and we learn some example of cognitive scales. Almost 23 example we discussed in our uh, this lecture. uh, I will recall all the first example of using working memory. Second example is ranking. Third example is classifying. Fourth example is recognition, contextual recall, associative recalls, long-term memorization, uh, perspective, tactical thinking, paying attention, focus, selective attention, divide attention, inhibiting response, emotional self-regulation, metacogni- metacognition, spatial awareness, logical reasoning, visual processing, audio processing, language processing, ethical thinking, estimata, and last one is abstract thinking. Uh, we also go through the mental exercise to improve our cognitive skills. First one is learning new language, enjoy music, stay open to new experiences, engage all your senses, and these are the references to more information about this topic. Thank you, student. You listen me patiently. Have a nice day.